Welcome back. It's been a fun morning at Mississippi Aquarium for our Celebrate City Spotlight on Gulfport, but it's nearing its end this morning. Rob is live now with the mayor of Gulfport himself, Billy Hewes, as we wrap things up. Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, good morning, Ansley, and good morning, South Mississippi, folks. WXAV News 1205 celebrating cities. Today, downtown Gulfport, Mayor was gracious enough to invite us down to the heart of his city. We're at the Mississippi Aquarium, and man, we've been having so much fun. Mr. Mayor, first of all, we know how busy your schedule is, sir, so thank you for getting up a little bit earlier or perhaps just joining us this morning. We know you're an early riser.
Well, look, just anytime we can showcase Gulfport and talk about all the great things going on. I know we don't have enough time for everything today, but we appreciate y'all being here.
Absolutely, Mr. Mayor. We're going to try to squeeze in everything possible. Let me say this. I now consider myself a local. I'm originally a New Yorker, and I used to consider myself an outsider for the longest time, but I've ingrained myself. I love this area. Gulfport, one of my favorite spots. And Mr. Mayor, I love what's happening in the downtown area. I love the businesses. I love the growth. I love the fact that you can walk from Fishbone Alley to Patio 44 to the Mississippi Aquarium, and now crossing Highway 90 without any hindrance directly over to Jones Park. Sir, your city is blossoming. How's everything going?
You know, things are great in Gulfport, as we like to say, but we're very blessed. And, you know, I'm in my third term as mayor, and when we came in, we talked about how to better connect this city. And not just connections with people and that one coast concept, but really the physical connections. And so we continue to grow from a transportation standpoint. We want our downtown to be walkable and enjoyable, like what you're talking about. So when people come here, they had that I had no idea experience, not just about Mississippi, but discovering this Gulf Coast, with Gulfport being a huge component right in the center of everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mr. Mayor, this is we're coming up on one of the most beautiful times of the year. Not to say summer isn't great. I mean, I tolerate the heat. I love the heat. But this time and into the fall, lots happening here in downtown Gulfport, especially with, like you said, connecting the city with different businesses and for tourists and even locals to be able to come down, park, and just, you know, roam free and get the full gist of everything. What's coming up over the next couple of months in the area, sir?
So, you know, plenty of activities. We'll start our Cinema by the Shore series and all that, but there's always festivals going on. Chandelier Fest, Shandy Fest will be downtown with everything from bed raises to bands and all sorts of things. But the restaurant scene downtown continues to grow. But there's just so much. And the transformation that we've been doing with new developments, new investments in the area, but you start with this facility here, this aquarium. You know, it's been open for a few years now, and it's become that asset, that jewel that people really look to and are blown away when they get here, not realizing we've got a state-of-the-art aquarium that is a real draw and a prize for the state and the region. And we draw from a pretty good spread of folks as far as the region. You know, you just go back to what happens in Jones Park every December with, you know, the Harbor Lights that we've been doing, and it gets record crowds every single year. Yeah. And now that we've made the connection with our pedestrian tramway, there's nothing like it in the world. It really is kind of a nice piece to link, again, that connection. And bridges are so symbolic anyway, but it's a beautiful piece. But people have probably commented on that, about how much of a night edition it is. It raises the bar as far as how we're viewed, how we're seen, how we're experienced. And so between the aquarium, Jones Park, and all the things to do, it's a remarkable place.
You know, the overpass, like you said, it's a safety issue as well. Yeah. Not to mention, it beautifies Highway 90, and it's a nice connection across the street as well. Sir, you know, we talked about this a few minutes ago. What I've seen personally as far as the beautification of Gulfport over the past 5 to 7 years or so, the most recent big project y'all had completed was North Gulfport, the Highway 49 area, which I believe that was completed last year. Downtown looking sparkling. There are a couple of issues north of the interstate with some congestion. You have a resolution to that. Talk to us about that.
Well, you know, the more things change, the more they change. And we always have to be adapting and responding to people's needs. As a city our size, we're going to have our share of challenges, but you know, we've listened, and the city is as clean as it's ever been. We've got a new beautification team, and you're seeing some difference in the plantings and the way we're presenting the city, particularly on the major thoroughfares. But the congestion you're talking about at I-10 and the Orange Grove area, 49, has been a problem, and it takes time, but we received a $20 million build grant back in 2018, 2019 to help address that congestion on the south side of I-10 and 49. On the north side last year, we got another $20 million from the legislature that's going to connect Highway 49 and Canal in the vicinity and link the Sportsplex area. So there's continued growth all in those corridors up there. New residential subdivisions coming up on about every single road, Orange Grove Road, Landon Road, all the way up to Highway 53. So a whole lot of growth in that area. And there's some retail developments that are coming as well that we're really excited about.
Mr. Mayor, like you said, growth, it's one of the things I love. I love seeing growth, but I love what Gulfport and some of the other cities have been able to do. As they're growing, they retain that small town, old town charm to it. How is that balance in between trying to keep certain demographic happy because that's how they grew up, quaint little small town, but on the other hand, the youth and also the revenue for Gulfport and for Mississippi, how do you balance that off to keep people happy?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of perspective, and we talked about the one coast. I like to call what you just described as our cultural gumbo. People come here, they know it's coastal Mississippi. Some people don't know we have a beach until they get here and discover it. But every city has its own unique personality, which is a distinction that we should celebrate. You know, decades ago, generations ago, people would separate and fight about our differences. The fact of the matter is, the coast is a great experience, and if you don't find it in Gulfport, you'll find it in one of the other cities, and vice versa. And look, we move, we live in different areas, work in different areas, eat in different areas, and play in different areas. So this coast is a special place, and it's really coming into its own. Gulfport has been recognized year in, year out as the most affordable beach town in America. We have a great cost of living, and now we've been recognized just recently as one of the cities in the South on the rise. And it's a result of a lot of work by a lot of people and some residents who enjoy what we have.
And I love how it's been going. Mike is out, so I'm going to need you. Sorry, Mr. Mayor, live television. You know, one of the things I love about the aquarium, not particularly the aquarium, but what it represents. This area has been growing with the casino industry for many, many years. And one of my issues with it has been, you know, this is great. This is great finances to the area and the state and all that. But what about something else a little bit more diverse? You remember when the Grand Gulfport was here, the Grand Biloxi, they all had amenities for families outside of the gambling floor. Right. And this is wonderful that the aquarium is here. It's more diverse for families and others to visit the area than just casinos. Anything else big in the works that you can possibly tell us about?
Sure. You know, we survive economically storms, both financial, economic, even Mother Nature, because of the diversity of our economy, from military to medical to business to recreation and, of course, tourism. And so all those things come together to make something really pretty remarkable. But the aquarium, we saw a need for family-friendly activity that people can come year in, year out, day in. And so this has been kind of that last niche piece that we needed to make that market work. And so it's been great. Downtown, we've got a prospect of a town center which is multi-use, which would bring apartments, which would bring hotels, which would bring a rooftop bar. And if the Markham, as they continue to work on that, maybe this time next year we'll have something to talk about then too.
Yeah, hopefully the Markham will get done pretty soon. Mr. Mayor, it's been a pleasure, sir. We've got to go, but I want to thank you for coming down here and talking to us and sharing the wonderful information. As always, it's a pleasure, sir.
Rob, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, celebrating cities in downtown Gulfport at the Mississippi Aquarium, the Honorable Billy Hewes joining me, and thank you for joining us. Reporting live, WXXV 25, I'm Rob Knight.